Hi everybody, I'm Travis Drager, co-founder of Quality Concepts and a fourth year here at Asper. What is Quality Concepts? We build entirely screen structures and also other complementary screen products in our line. We're a family business from Morris, Manitoba. My father and I started this company since we were down in Florida at a vacation home, and we started to realize the need that these screen rooms are fantastic, but Florida doesn't have bugs like Manitoba. So we engineered a way to reduce the snow load for these structures and brought them to a new market since they've never been sold north of Georgia before. So the opportunity, 37% of Manitoba homeowners plan to do renovations in 2014. On average, they are willing to spend more than $20,000 to do so, and the market is untapped. In 1970 in Florida, there was no screen rooms on the back of these homes. By the end of the 70s, it was catching on like crazy. By 2000, there wasn't a new home built without a screen room on it. Now you can go, it's about a 20 million person population, and likely about 18 million people in Florida. Of that 20, enjoy a screen room daily. So this is what I'm talking about. You see a development's built over these pools. Every single place has a screen room, so it's just beautiful. When you think of a screen room, what kind of pops in mind? Probably something where it's framed up, it's an extension of your living space. You have glass windows, sure, maybe you can open them up, get a breeze so you feel like you're outside, but in reality, you're not outside, and those structures require a lot of maintenance and cash. So this is what I'm talking about. We're probably looking at just a $30,000 window right there. Not a cheap unit to build. Very beautiful, but not what we're targeting. So we have very few direct competitors. CDC is one, Canadian deck company. They compete on the motorized screens, which I'm going to get to later, and our vinyl 4-stack windows. More close competition is Suncoast. They do the same type of screen room, different roof. I'll also show you those, and they do the 4-stack vinyl windows. We, again, beat them on price. So this is a Suncoast room. What we're looking at is the same type of walls that we do. It's aluminum framed screen so you can see out, get a breeze, you feel like you're outside. The problem that we have is with their roof. So they use a 1/2-inch acrylic, and where you see bends, they actually heat that together and get a perfect seal. The problem is once the sun beats down on that product for a while, 4 or 5 years, you start to get water seeping through those seams where they were heated. Also on a 22-degree day, this is a sunroom, which collects like heat like a greenhouse and becomes very warm. The acrylic also becomes more brittle over time, and a hailstorm would come and do a lot of damage and put holes in there. So what is the problem? Bugs are everywhere. You have to avoid bugs, be in a bug-free space. Despite competitive offerings, there's still a need for an affordable screen room. And you want to be outside, have protection from rain and wind, have an unrestricted view, have no maintenance. But how can you do all these things? 3-season rooms can also take half of the summer to build, so it's not done on time when you want it to enjoy your summer. So this is a Quality Concept screen room. The big difference here is you're looking right through a wall panel, and you can see right through the roof at that tree. You're outside, and that's the way we want it to feel like, just like you feel in Florida. So the difference with ours is our screen top is all one panel. You just roll it back seamlessly, just like you would on a grain truck. I'm going to quickly show a video of that, what I'm talking about. So if you see the rain coming, you're outside barbecuing, you just simply go and you roll it over. It takes about 20 seconds. And then it's also good if you just wanted shade and it wasn't raining too. We also have other complementary products. Our motorized screen garage door. So this has many different applications. It's very slick. It rolls up into itself with a little tubular motor. Our vinyl windows. These are very popular. This is something that a lot of competitors are selling, but as I mentioned, we sell cheaper than anybody else. You can control your airflow. This stuff's very strong. It's very durable. I did that about 2,000 times at the Home Expression trade show. And we're also the sole Canadian supplier of nebula lighting, which I'll show you in a second. And we do prefab units like gazebos and standalone rectangular units. So top left corner, that's the nebula lighting. It's, in my opinion, beautiful. and our gazebo, which is something that we can install very quickly. And this is our vinyl windows. So this room, you could get tons of airflow and you would feel like you're outside despite the permanent roof. And a garage here where they have fridges, TVs, and a bunch of toys and stuff in the garage so they can use that space better without being attacked by bugs. So we're more affordable. We build quickly. The unit that I was showing you, that took us 3 days with 4 guys. We cut everything in the trailer. We assemble it on your deck. It's very nice. You don't have shavings in your yard. We only sell maintenance-free products because we believe that that's the way a house should be built. And the pro with our product is that you still feel like you're outdoors, which is why you're investing in your backyard in the first place, right? So a big thing for us to succeed has been partnerships, and it will continue to go that way as well. Winkler Canvas, they are phenomenal. We work very closely with them to make sure our screens are perfect. We have a 2-inch beam running across. They weld the screen right on that 2 inches all the way along. Takes a lot of precision. Some work has been done there to make sure that can happen. Town & Country is our supplier from Florida. They've given us volume discounts that we don't actually deserve yet because they want to see the Canadian market really take off for them. So that's us for them. They've also given us exclusivity agreements on that and the Nebula lighting. So other strong partners are landscape companies, carpenters, people that have clients who want screen products, and they just refer to us and they get 5%. And dealers for screen doors is something that we're going to be doing to scale out. We can distribute these garage doors. So through Western Canada, that's a big plan of attack for us, is to set up people who are already going and installing overhead doors or big garage doors. They can see that their client is using the space for working on their car or something, and they want to keep the bugs out. They can just do an upsell and sell one of these doors for us. And franchisees. 2018, 2019, that's something that we're going to be expanding into, specifically Calgary first likely, is setting up people who can buy product from us and build these units in other areas. So our target market is people 40 plus who love their outdoors and who make an income of $80,000 or more. But at the same time, you don't necessarily have to make that kind of money to invest in one of the products that we sell because we do have a lot of affordable products. So certainly, it's a big market. Currently for marketing, we have a fairly attractive website. We're doing SEO to drive organic traffic. Social media, we're fairly strong on Instagram. Decent presence on Facebook. We had $1,000 of radio advertising leading up to the Home Expressions trade show, which went well. Free press, we actually got featured in an article today in the home section. We were chosen as the most innovative way to renovate your home in 2015 at the show, and it went really well there. And the biggest thing for us is probably branding on completed projects that we've done. So we do put a sticker on every product that we do with our brand logo and contact information, but what I'm really talking about is when you're going over to a friend's place to hang out in their leisure area like this, you're going to ask them where they got it. And hopefully they were happy with us, and they'll tell you exactly who to contact to get it for yourself. So we want to have a brand that's sleek and innovative, and we want to continue to innovate once our competitors catch up with us. We also want to be trustworthy and responsive. Right now, responsive is something that we are not doing that well at because at the Home Expressions trade show, we got way too much demand, which is an amazing problem to have, but we're going to have to become better at that in the future. For the next 12 months, we would hope to integrate our quoting system right into our website so that if you're interested in getting a quote, you can just go put in the dimensions and be kicked out a quote for your project. Also, we've been approached by Oasis Leisure Centers and Barkman to come and set up displays on their show floors. So that's an amazing amount of exposure for us, which we'll be capitalizing on for sure. Quickly looking at volume sold, this summer we're planning on doing 60 units. It would be about $330K in gross rev, and we're scaling up 185, 370, 740. The way that we're doing that is dealers. This summer we're going to set up 2 dealers. Next summer we want 10 dealers. And at that point, it'll probably go to 30, and we'll get our franchises going. So we're going to scale quickly and aggressively, for sure. Something I'm going to point out, though, is when you look at business value added on the second last line, I'm going to jump ahead a slide, And if we were to increase our prices by 10%, which we probably have the wiggle room to do with the demand we have, our bottom line automatically looks a lot more attractive. So something we've been doing in the last couple of weeks since the home show is increasing our prices a bit, since we have so much room to be able to do so. The team consists of myself, my dad. We're the ones who initially founded this. My mom's helping out a lot. She's doing some of the payroll stuff for us. And my uncle Norm, who worked for Syngenta for 33 years and has his MBA, he's joined on as well. He wants to become more entrepreneurial. My dad's really good for R&D. He's the guy who created the roll top system. We've also got an automatic system he created this winter in the workshop. So what that means is for restaurants, you can press a button from behind the bar. Everyone on the patio eating supper can be covered and continue to eat without getting rained on. So pretty slick. And Robert Lorenz, he's the export manager from Town & Country, a $4 billion company that's setting us up with these exclusive agreements. He's coming out here. He trained us on the garage doors, and he also came out for the Home Expression show to help us out and sell and things like that. And Luc Desone, last summer, we were just learning a lot, learning how to build, learning our customers' needs, and he was helping us build up confidence in our first customers in the Morris market. So now we're able to scale out this summer and do a lot more jobs in Winnipeg. So this is what I want to do in Winnipeg. Every house with a screen room. That is the goal. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, question one. You mentioned that every product that you're putting out there is maintenance free. What's your warranty?
The warranty varies with each product. So it's a Town & Country warranty on all their products. For the motorized, or for the motors, they have a 3-year warranty, and for the windows, I think it's a 10-year warranty.
Okay, so my add-on to my house, I'll have probably 16 warranties for one build.
Well, it depends what all products you're putting in. If you're putting in a motorized screen door and vinyl windows, and then building a big structure, you would probably have 3 different warranties, yeah.
Okay, and my other question I have for you is regarding scaling up on production, because it seems like you have demand and you're talking about adding dealers. How do you plan on handling production?
Sure, so what happens with a dealer is we have this software called Tom, and we use it with Town & Country right now. And what they do is they apply a markup in there, and we can go in and we can order a door, and it'll be exact dimensions. And in Florida, they would typically cut and prefab it and then send it to the person who's going to do the install. However, we're a bit different since we're up in Manitoba. We bring in semi-loads of inventory, and then now we're the dealer. So that's what we're doing with the dealers we'll set up.
Right, but assembly, how are you scaling up your crews?
Sure. So for us, we're probably going to be running 2 4-man crews next summer. They'll be versatile. They can split off into 2 2-man teams to go do garage doors, since they only take 4 hours with 2 people. Or 4 people are required to do a screen structure. So we won't have too many crews going for ourselves. A lot of our growth is going to be through dealers, so we can have people in the shop all winter prefabbing stuff for people.
And so when those dealers do an installation, is it still your company's brand name that is on it?
Actually, it's their brand name.
Okay, so you're not liable for them doing a poor job.
Exactly, that's right.
You mentioned that you're waiting until 2018, 2019 to expand to the markets like Calgary. What's to stop someone else from going there first?
Nothing at all. It's a valid point, but we can only grow within our comfort zone. We're going to push that envelope as much as we can, but as we mentioned, we want to be responsive. So we don't want to grow when we're already not taking care of customers who are interested here at home. So it's.
You had mentioned some exclusive rights to sell some of these products. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Sure. So as I mentioned, Town & Country have set us up with this garage door here, which we are now the Canadian dealer for. There are other brands. Town & Country makes up a large part of the market since they're a $4 billion company. So Phantom Doors is another one, who CDC, they have an exclusive deal with Phantom. So I guess the Manitoba market, those are really the 2 players. So they're taken up already. And then we also, for the nebula lighting, we're the Canadian distributor for that as well. And
So does that mean that if someone in Ontario wants to use or sell that product, they have to go through you?
that's right.
How about the screen structures, Travis? Do you have some exclusivity, in that design and that package?
No, we do not.
But is that in fact a town and country design, or are you affiliated with them with the screen rooms?
They sell us all of the product, all of the screen, all the screws, all the aluminum excursions. But it's totally us building it and cutting it, and it's not their proprietary design or anything.
It's not their proprietary design.
No, they just sell the material.
So the preponderance or the number of these screen rooms in the Manitoba market, you were saying in Florida, and 18 of 20 million homes have them now. Is this a new idea for this market and a new product? Yeah?
Sure, they've never been sold north of Georgia before due to snow load. So because in Florida they have those fixed screen panels on the roof. So they're each 5 by 5 panels, whatever. Ours is one 20 by 20 screen that gets welded together, so you just roll it all at once. And you just roll it back into a bundle for wintertime.
And you have designed this the ceiling or the roofing system?
Right. Yeah.
That's your proprietary?
It's not protected in any means because it wasn't novel enough. So because it's being done on a grain truck already, it's very much a simple concept, just applied differently.
Sure. Yeah. And just give us an idea. You showed some numbers, but what would be a 10 by 10 screen room? What would that cost?
That 20 by 20 that we just saw, that was about $13,500. So pretty good value there. If you go 10 by 10, the smaller you get, the more costly it becomes per square footage because we're already going out, we're already building onto the house, etc.
And how does that compare with your competitors?
Just whoops them. Like that's why we have ability to move up 10% for sure.
Double? 10%?
The Suncoast that we were looking at is about 40% higher before you get the vinyl roof. So they're close to double our cost, and then that's before you even look at like a standard sunroom.
And it sounds like you looked into this patent issue with the roll top. Have you fully looked into the capabilities there, or?
It got shut down pretty quick from our patent officer, just in terms of not being novel at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're looking for investment, are you, Travis?
Yes, $100,000.
And that's to sort of scale up your production that you want to start. You're basically starting this summer, is that correct?
Yeah, we started last summer. We got our trailer, we got our workshop, everything's set up. We have all of our saws with nice roller tables going in and out. We're set up better than anybody who does installs basically in Florida already. So we did 10 projects last summer. Now we're ready to do 60 because we're familiar with the product and the customer needs.
What are you doing with your inventory if you're going to be distributing on a larger scale? Do you have space to carry that efficiently?
We do have the space. I don't like carrying inventory, so it's part of the ball game when we're bringing it all the way in from Florida, though. You have to do that to a certain extent. We'll try to be as lean as we can. So we only stock certain things, and you can do a lot of custom orders through us. I mean, I got a huge fabric swatch here. This is what we stock, the 3 most popular. This is what you can get. So you can order it, it's just more of a lead time for you to get your project done if you want something else.
What's your logistics strategy like? Is there somebody on your team who has that confidence that takes care of that part of the business?
Yeah, we have a pretty diverse team. So my dad is probably the best logistically. He's the one assisting us with the shed space and stuff because he's a farmer. So the trucks come right in there. We unload them with our loader, and we've got it all pretty organized there.
Have you done market research? Do you know what the demand is?
You know what? I'm not going to lie. A big thing was we saw the opportunity, we seized it, and it's kind of the way that I would say that my dad operates is just get in there if you believe it's going to work. You know, it did work. Now we've done a lot of research since we started. So the home show was a big one for us, huge validation. We got over 200 leads when we can realistically only do 50 to 60 projects this summer. You know, so it's something that people really like. This door thing is going to be very popular. People were just thrilled with it. So
How long do you think it takes you to actually go through the sales process with people?
that's a great question. Sometimes too long, in my opinion, but sometimes people, they see what they want and they buy it because money's not always an issue.
When somebody's spending $10,000 to $20,000 though, they probably want more than an hour of your time.
We have been spending a lot of time in backyards where people are dumping $100K in there, though, you know, in a summer, and they don't really flinch at $13,000 for a beautiful sunroom. So it depends who you're dealing with very much.
And who's doing your sales for you?
We try to divide the efforts quite a bit, but I'm mostly the sales guy.
So 200 leads means 200 hours roughly?
Way more,
Yeah.
because every house is different.
So have you thought about scaling up your sales team at all?
Yes, absolutely. I would. That's a big part of us not being responsive. Is if we need to find a way to, and we're doing a lot of good file sharing and calendar sharing and stuff. We're getting there, but it's hard to see who wants their job done specifically when, and when can we do it, and who's talking to who, right? Yeah.
Part of that, Travis, when you meet with customers, what are you using to show them what this is going to look like? Is it just picture this, or are you using tools?
That's a great question. Right now, I've got a photo book, and I take a bunch of my examples to their place, go look at, and just show them all the stuff that we do.
And they go that way.
Sort of. Yeah, we customize everything to exactly how they want it. But in the future, we want to have programs where we can just kind of sketch it with AutoCAD or something and show them exactly what it should look like. Thank you.